Thank you all for tuning in to Black Video News. It's a unique day right here in San Antonio, Texas. We're here at the Plaza Club, really for a great scholarship luncheon. San Antonio's Grambling State University, San Antonio chapter just had a scholarship luncheon. I'm here with the chair for today's luncheon, Mr. Edgar Radford. How are you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing great. It's been a wonderful day. The storm's gone, clear skies, and what a great day to talk about education.
Yeah. Love the bow tie,
Thanks, sir.
Grambling alumnus. Man, how important is it, with the work and all of the activity that the San Antonio chapter is doing here to keep Grambling State alive, scholarship money for young people? How important is it?
Well, Coach Roger Files, first of all, was our keynote speaker, and to your point, we are the seed that needs to be planted in this area so that we can bring in, although we are an HBCU,
Correct.
We want to bring in Hispanics, we want to bring in Africans, Chinese, Germans, to get that message of education out. Yes, of course, again, we are HBCU, but at the same time, we want to educate the masses. So we're not opposed to bringing all cultures and diverse cultures in. We want to just, again, get the education piece out. So we are the seed for San Antonio for our growth and our survival. So this is like uncharted territory for us. This is the furthest part of Texas that our chapter has been, and we want to make a difference.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Bringing some diversity with such a rich history when we talk about Grambling State University. You had Coach here today, man.
Absolutely.
Really unique, has really brought greatness, which there's so much legacy when we talk about Grambling State University. But how did it feel to have Coach Five here today talking about, some of the things the chapter is trying to do here?
Well, Coach Fives is a personal friend of mine. He was actually, his father coached me in high school back in Louisiana, and Coach Fives was always following his dad around, and he mimicked everything his dad did. And at the point in time, Grambling was at a low back in 2013. And so, a lot of times when you heard Grambling, the band, the football team, but at that point it was like, man, y'all got problems. Here comes Coach Fives, and as I said earlier today, he's a breath of fresh air for us. And it brings us back to what we call greatness. So the G, like Fred Sanford says, the G is for greatness. And now we're able to plant ourselves in San Antonio. Coach Fives is in uncharted territory where he can recruit some of the top talent that may not be qualified to go to OU, Baylor, or UT. They can come to an HBCU like a Grambling. And I have to give recognition to Hampton University and Tuskegee. That's how Grambling was birthed. So it's all about the HBCUs, and we thank Tuskegee and Hampton for bringing their thoughts, their processes, and their people to found Grambling. And now we're going to move forward with our mission. So we've had the Ralph Waldo Emerson Jones, we've had the Eddie G. Robinsons, the Fred Hobbies, the Doug Williams of our era. Now it's Roger Fives' turn. They've laid the foundation for us to take it to the next level.
Well, thank you for talking to us. You heard it first. Mr. Radford here, today's chair for today's scholarship luncheon. Grambling State is right here in San Antonio. And we're going to see if we can grab Coach for just a minute. So stay logged on for just a little bit with me right here at BVN. being for the scholarship luncheon. Yes, Grambling State University is right here in San Antonio, Texas. And man, I've got greatness right here. Now, we know there's a lot of legacy and greatness at Grambling University, already Grambling State University. But Coach Fobbs is bringing it, man. 4 years, Coach. Man, impeccable record so far. Thanks for being here and talking to us right here at BVN. How you doing, Coach?
Doing great. You know, it's just an honor to be here. You know, looking at this skyline view, I mean, it's just amazing to be in San Antonio. A lot of great people here, a lot of great alumni here, and then they put on a great event as they always do.
Yeah, they do. And, Coach, you know, you said some really unique things today when we talked about the seed, really a unique message when we talk about that. You know, what is so meaningful for you and some of the legacy that you want to leave when we talk about being the head coach at Grambling?
Well, I think the main thing is that young people get it, you know, and that's always the payback to me is seeing a light come on and they get it. And it's not necessarily me that gives it to them, it's the Lord that gives it to them, but it's just an honor anytime you see the light come on in a young man and they understand the importance of being educated, treating people the right way, but then also being successful on the field. So that's my payback is I just enjoy seeing them get it and seeing them change their direction of their life and their family's life.
Yeah, and Coach, you know what? You got a really unique I guess recipe and chemistry going at Grambling State, man. Impeccable record, 18-0. I mean, and I know a lot of coaches may want to hear this in your division. But man, what are some of the things that you enforce when we talk about teaching and captivating and molding these young athletes, even in education, on the field and off the field?
Well, for us, the first thing is we want to make sure we capture their minds. We want to make sure that they understand that you have to listen, and you have to listen to what we have to say. And if you're not going to listen, well, nothing else really matters.
Right.
So for us, it's making sure that everything that we say is falling on fertile ground. With them listening to what we have to say. And then after that, it's about making sure that they trust us, but also understand that we have their best interests at heart and to listen to what we ask them to do. No, we're not perfect, but we strive to be. And in most cases, if they do what we ask them to do, then they can be successful in life, they can graduate, they can raise a family, but then they also can have all of the aspirations of playing in the National Football League and doing other great things.
Right. Now, Coach, being from Monroe, Louisiana, and coaching at Grambling, I mean, do you ever wake up sometimes and say, wow, man, I'm the head coach here, grew up in Louisiana from Monroe. You ever wake up saying, man, what a great opportunity?
Absolutely, and it's truly amazing, and it's an honor because you have to understand where I come from. I'm the son of a Grambling grad, a Grambling football player. I'm the son of, my mom was a Grambling graduate and an Arkesis.
Right.
My babysitters were Grambling greats and legends like Sammy White and Matthew Reed and Charlie Smith. So these guys were giants as I was growing up. They were my heroes. And for now me to be the head coach of an institution where these guys played for, I mean, it's amazing. It's unbelievable. So I've enjoyed, the 4 years that I've had thus far, and I want to continue to grow and continue to develop and continue to be a better program.
Yeah, well, Coach, before I wrap up, I got to ask you, here we are, summertime, springtime. How's the roster looking for this year, Coach?
Well, the roster is looking really good. We have really good depth on our team. We're very excited about the guys we have coming back. Defensively, we think we have a chance to be very, very dominant. Offensively, we feel we have a chance to be very, very good. I think what determines how well we'll be is how well we play at quarterback and other positions as well. So we're excited about the depth, the roster, and the kids that we have. So we're looking forward to having a really good season.
Well, Coach, thank you, and we wish you all the success in this year's football season. Stay logged on for more. We got Coach Fobbs, Grambling State University. We're going to be wrapping up right here at this scholarship luncheon right here on BVN. Thanks for logging right back to the scholarship luncheon right here at Grambling State University. And I had to grab an alumnus right here at this luncheon, Mr. Brandon Logan. How we doing, sir?
Oh, I'm doing great. How about yourself?
Doing well, man.
Good.
Alumnus, nice scholarship luncheon, a lot of support for Grambling State University right here in San Antonio. And I see you got to hold that up, man. 2005. Man, what's going on, man? How important is this?
It's extremely important. From my personal standpoint, Grambling was so significant in my professional track. It helped me understand and live with that social consciousness that I have now of giving back and being intentional with giving back. And, the issues that we're having on a national level with young black men, this kind of brings that balance and that equalizer, that there's still pathways that we can make sure we're educating young black men. And every time I make a decision, whether personal or professional, I keep Grambling in mind, making sure that I'm the right reflection, that guys like Coach Eddie Robinson and now Broderick Fobbs could be proud of the decisions that I'm making. So trying to lead by example, being that role model, and representing Grambling State University as best as I can.
Now, Brandon, we know there's a lot of choices out there when we talk about HBCUs in the country. But, man, what is so special and unique about Grambling State University as an alumnus and an athlete that went there?
Yeah, for me it was about understanding the rich history and figuring out what role you could play to advance that story. And I majored in business, and so they had a very strong business program. And when you can couple that with the opportunity to win a national championship like we did in football, it's the best of both worlds. Not to mention you have, it's the Piney Hills, so you get isolated, you're in the country. But I mean, just an overall well-rounded education is something that you can gain only at Grambling State University.
Well, Brandon, thank you so much for talking to us. Really great scholarship luncheon today for Grambling State University. I want to thank Coach. I want to thank Mr. Radford, and also Brandon for talking to me right here at BBN. We'll see you next time. As always, be encouraged.